Welcome back to the Barley Lads. If you've enjoyed our content, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Today, we're drinking Glenmorangie Tain. This is Glenmorangie, the original. It's a Highland Single Malt Scotch from the Glenmorangie Distillery, Tain, Scotland, UK. 43% or 86 proof. 10-year age statement. Price-wise, you should be able to get this for $35 to $40. For the mash bill, this is 100% malted barley. So this is Glenmorangie, the original, or also known as Glenmorangie Tain. It was started in 1843 by William Matheson. He was a former distiller for a different company, but he bought a brewery that was located on a farm and converted it over to a distillery in 1843, and they started producing single malt Scotch. Glenmorangie became a very popular brand and is still one of the top selling single malts available. And on the label it talks about the 16 men of Tain. So this is from Tain, Scotland. And at the time, only 16 people or men worked in the distillation process of Glenmorangie. That has been increased up to 24. They have expanded multiple times, and now typically they just refer to the men of Tain as opposed to the 16 men of Tain. But that is why that is listed on the label and why it has prominence on every bottle. More recently, it was purchased in 1918 by the McDonald family, and they retained ownership up until 2004, and they also increased production multiple times from 2 stills to 4 stills to 8 stills, and now I believe they're up to 12 stills as of 2009. And they also purchased during this time in the 1980s 600 acres of land around the farm to protect their water source, because they do believe that it has a significant impact on the final product, the water source that they use. In 2004, though, it was bought by the luxury brand of Moet. I'm sorry, I have to read my notes. Moet, Hennessy, Louis Vuitton, or also known as LVMH, and that is when they started introducing more of the kind of like the French sounding names. So this is 100% bourbon cask, but when you get to their 12-year and 14-year, which have the names La Santa, Quinta Ruben, and also the Nectar d'Or, those are wine finished. So one is sherry cask, one is port cask, and I think the other one is a dessert wine. I can't remember the name of it, but it is still a very, very popular brand of single malts, and you can find Glenmorangie pretty much anywhere. Maybe a little harder to find, but those different French named scotches might be a little bit harder to find, but still relatively easily found, and still reasonably priced in the $45 to $50 range, as opposed to this, which you can usually find between $35 and $40. The other cool thing about them is that they actually own their own forest in the Ozark Mountains, and they make their own casks, but then they lease them to companies like Jack Daniels, and they'll use them to age their bourbons and Tennessee whiskeys, and then they are sent over to Glenmorangie to then age all of their whiskeys and their different scotches, and so that is how they get their own casks and continue to make sure that they have a good supply of bourbon casks. So on the nose, I've had this bottle a long time. You're gonna get the single malt Scotch flavors, honey. There is a good citrus hit here, and no burn really on the nose at all. Again, on the taste, you get the honey, malt, some floral notes though, a hint of apple. For the age, though, you do get a medium finish. But again, what sticks with you is the malty flavor, the vanilla and the honey. And you get a little of the citrus again, almost like an orange zest. It's just a very pleasant, easy drinking whiskey, and it's very affordable for a single malt with an age statement. So, thanks again for watching another episode of the Barley Lads. Today we've been talking about Glenmorangie, the original. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Cheers.